Okay, we're going to talk about the partial quotients method of division. So let's start with this problem. We have 4,514 divided by 74. I'm going to set it up much like I would set up a regular division problem. Okay, but then I'm going to draw a line down the side. Okay, so I want you to picture this like I have 4,514 things, and I'm trying to pull out groups of 74. If I'm doing the traditional method, I have to get exactly as close as possible without going over. But with this method, I do not have to do that. I can just use easy numbers that are quick and simple for me to use. I'm going to start with 10, or actually I'm going to start with 100. Okay? So if I think about 74 times 100, that's 7,400. So I know I'm going to have to go back down to 10. Okay? 74 times 10 is 740. This would be like if I took 10 groups of 74 out and I'm trying to see what I have left over. Okay, so this is just a method that works better for some people. You can keep doing this repeatedly, or you can try other numbers. At this point, you might want to think about 74 times 50. Okay, you could do quickly over here 74 times 5, or mentally, and then you could pull that out as well. Okay, and I see that that actually gets me really close. So I'm going to write my 50 here. Okay, and that's going to get me very, very close. And then I just have one more group of 74. Okay, so the 50 happened to get me quite close, but you could keep doing 10 repeatedly. And then here's one more group of 74. Now I have 0 left. My quotient is adding all three of these together. 10 plus 50 is 60, plus 1 is 61 as our answer. Let's do another one. Okay, this time I have 3,493 divided by 37. Okay, again, I might want to start with numbers that are easy for me to work with. Okay, like 10 or 100, for example. Okay, so I could start with 10, and I know this is 370. And you can just, if you'd like to just keep going by tens, then you can feel free to do that. If you would like to step it up and go to a 50 like I did on the last one, you could do that too. So I can do 37 times 5 and then just see what I get. Okay, so I could try 50, it looks like. All right, I'll have this. And then I can just keep using that information to help me along. Okay? All right, so the 50 was too much. Maybe I could just keep going with my 10s. I'm going to erase this so it's out of my way. Maybe I could just keep going with my 10s here. All right, either way that's up to you. You could try another number. You could try 20. Okay, so if you're thinking about 37 times 2, then you're going to be getting 74. All right, so I know 20, I'm going to get 740. Okay, and then you just keep going from there. All right, this time the 20 would be too large. So what about another 10? And then I can continue. Okay, so I'm going to continue on an additional whiteboard here. All right, so I'm going to try an additional 10. Oops, I already wrote my 10 right here. So an additional 10 would be 370. Okay. All right, now I'm down to 163. So here I could think about, I could go back up here and think about my 5. Okay, that might be too big. What about another 2? Okay, maybe a 2 would work. So I'm going to try a 2. I know that's going to be 74. Okay. And there we go. And then another 2. So you just keep going as many times as it takes. Okay, so now, now I'm down to 15. I cannot make any more groups of 37, so let's look at what my total was. I've got 60 plus 20 is 80, plus 10 is 90, plus 4 is 94 with a remainder of 15 as my answer. Okay, so there is my final answer, 94 remainder 15. Okay, let's try one more. This time I have 39,751 divided by 313. I'm going to set it up just the same way. Right here, I can see that I've got the 3's here. All right, if I multiply by 10, I could do that, but I could get closer if I multiplied by 100. Okay, if I multiply by 100 here, then let's see what happens. Okay, so I multiply by 100. Now I'm all the way down to this number, so I can continue to think about dividing this. Okay, so this is a good strategy if you have a really hard time with this first strategy with just the normal algorithm. You might want to give this a try, but for other people, this is more confusing and you like it even less. So you be the judge of if you like this strategy or not. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is 10. All right, because I'm just going to add a 0 there. Okay, and I'm just going to do 10 again. It's really easy, and I'm just going to get into a flow of subtracting my 10. Okay, and again, I'm going to have to go to another whiteboard. Okay, so I've got this. I can no longer subtract another 10 because this is 2,191. The 10 would be this. So I can go down and think about maybe multiplying by 5. This time I'm going to write it over here so it's not in my way. And I'll just see if I can do this. Okay, good. I'm going to multiply by 5, and there's my answer there. And just keep going, okay? So no matter how you do this, it's going to be a little bit tedious, okay? Long division is tedious to do. So here I have 626. If I'm looking at my 313, I can see that that's just going to be 2, exactly 2, okay? So my final answer here is 100 plus 20 is 120, plus 5, 125, plus 2, 127. Okay, there's my answer.